Another
Welcome
one? Oh my God.
Welcome to the develop.
How many have we
This isn't
done?
the developing counselor. This
No, that's the wrong one.
This is Let's Unpack.
These are the snippets. Okay, I'm
Wrong
gonna be
show.
honest. Okay, I'm gonna be so. How many have we done today?
I have no
I
idea.
think this. I think this will be the fourth.
You know what?
God. Hold on. Before, every time you say "Let's unpack that," I always think of the song "Smack That."
All on the floor.
Yep.
Unpack that. All on the floor. Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Some more. Let's unpack that.
That's what every time you say it, that's all I think about.
So I want to talk about.
Oh, you want to talk? Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Oh no, it's gone. Yes, no, it's not. I want to talk about silence.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
Hello, darkness.
I feel like that's a different kind of silence.
Are you serious?
Is that what you meant to press?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean to press it the first time when I was actually holding my finger up to tell you guys just to hold on a second because I wanted to simulate the silence. So this is a brief one. I just wanted to talk real quick. I think it's really interesting that silence makes people very uncomfortable, but in certain aspects and situations, especially for people like counselors or perhaps lawyers in a courtroom, silence can be used as a weapon. Mm-hmm. Or not a weapon, but a tool. For some people, it could be used as a weapon. Mm-hmm. But, like, I love it because, like, especially for a counselor such as myself, like, when someone's not interacting with me, especially if somebody's, like, court mandated and whatnot to come to counseling, like, if we're just going to sit here in silence, I'm still getting paid.
I when I was in grad school, they were always like, we need to make you comfortable with silence. And I was like, I don't know if that's possible. And I worked on it. I still don't think that's possible for me. Like, I'm sorry. I struggle with silence. I try to fill it, which if let's say like I'm the client in the counseling conversation, that's great for my counselor because I'm not going to shut the hell up. So like, but for me as the counselor in their silence, I struggle with that, especially with kids. See what I mean? Like, I just keep talking. And and with kids, like, sometimes there's silence, and I know that's a good thing, and I know it's okay because they'll fill it eventually, but for me, it's like I want to fill it with a question, and I know I'm not supposed to, and it's just like, it's hard for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, there's sometimes where I'm like, you know what, it's too quiet, because I'm a very social person that I want to, like, fill the room and all that, but then there's, like, especially after a really long day, I just want to come home and be in peace, like, quiet.
Sometimes I like to listen, or I like to listen to my own music in my living room, but sometimes I'll just come and sit outside in the backyard and do nothing. And I guess it's not total silence, but like, because I feel like there's two different kinds of silence. There's a silence of where we're not actively engaging or like retaining anything, and then there's how we started this episode where it's.
See, that makes me uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I was relaxing. I was like,
see, like, let's say I'm
stopped
home.
talking.
Let's say I'm home alone. Let's say I'm home alone.
Good movie.
Like, oh god, I'm not talking about the movie.
do you actually like those movies?
No.
Thank
Not the
you.
first one, but
I don't like any of them.
But so let's say so I'm uncomfortable with silence in general. So like I struggle with that. I'm working on it. So even at home, let's say I'm home alone, I have to have a show on in the background. I have to. But do I want to talk to anybody necessarily when I'm decompressing at home? No. And I have a roommate that tries to. Let's say he walks past the living room, and he just tries talking to me, even though I'm clearly uninterested in wanting to talk. So in some cases, silence, I like silence. But overall, I need to fill it with a background show. Or I need to fill it in the conversation. But I'm trying to decompress. I just want the background show. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you.
You know what you need to do is you need
put
to...
a stop sign up?
Like, no. You need to put like a circle around you with a candle lit. And then as you're just sitting there relaxing, you just begin to breathe. And you take a moment.
Are you trying to get me to
and
meditate?
Then you allow the music to flow within you. I'm going to turn this up so you can really hear it. And then when he comes in, you say, hey, I need you to just shut the
That sounds awesome, actually. Because he doesn't get the hint. He doesn't get the freaking hint that I want to talk. I don't want to. I want to watch my show. I want to play my Switch. I want to read a book. I don't want to talk to you.
I think that's one thing
Just all due respect. go away.
I think that's one thing right now
Don't
that's
talk
nice
to me.
about long distance, because if we were currently living together, and he loves attention. There's days where I'm exhausted and I'm tired after a very long day.
Who?
My lovely boyfriend.
I thought you were going to say your lover, and I was like, excuse me?
My lover.
Her undercover lover.
Okay, oh, God. Continue.
If I'm tired and, I just want to be like, because there's this playlist on Spotify where I use it to just, like, if I just want to lay in bed, like, it's music but with no lyrics. I like that type of music where you just relax and, like, sit.
Wait.
And we're back.
Where did we end?
I don't know. I'll cut it out.
Okay.
To be honest, because this is the episode of silence, I'm just going to throw in... Because I think at one point we said, like, call my... And I'm just going to throw in silence because the point of this episode is...
What if people think
The
that's the
use of
end and they
silence.
just click out? Well,
if it goes...
Well, plus two, if the silence is long enough, people are going to get out of the video because they're like, okay, this is just pure silence and it's boring and I hate this.
if it's like
I don't know. I
10
feel like this
seconds
has
of
been pretty
silence.
interesting. You know what? Listen, I'll do my editing magic. I'll make it. Have you listened to Busty Baskets of Berries?
I have not.
Listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Listen to it, and then, or after this,
Giveaway said that.
I'll show you. It sounds fluid.
All right.
There is a whole section that
Cut
was just
out.
eliminated, and it sounds like we are just consistently talking. Hey, can we not play right now?
I feel like I'll
It's hard to
listen
be
to it.
silent when the dogs they're.
I feel like we were last talking about
There's that silence again.
we're talking about my roommate and how when I actually I think briefly we were talking about my roommate and how most of the time I'm not comfortable with silence, but sometimes I am, and then he disrupts that silence,
Oh, that's right.
and it makes me angry because he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And in my head I'm like, "Leave, please, go to your room, shut the door,
out.
leave me alone." And I like him as a person, but sometimes I'm just like, I need that silence. With the background, Bob's Burgers
I think
in the
it's
back.
totally
So-
normal for everybody to have like their me time, like by
Yeah.
themselves.
I like silence, and then I like whipping out my
That's
sounding
not
board.
what
My,
I thought you were gonna say, but okay. Like,
just whipping it out. I like bringing out my
Is that
my
something?
singing
Is that
bowl,
an interest
'cause,
of
oh
yours?
my God! Do
'cause-
you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it?
Yes, he has. I think it's in the living room.
Did you buy
I
one?
know.
Did you buy one after we talked about it?
I don't know if I brought it home with me. I think I left it.
I
Are you talking about that small one?
have always
The small one you had in the living room.
wanted one. I've always wanted one, and the always ones I look at are kind of expensive, even though you can't find cheaper ones. But I've always wanted one.
I think I left one.
No.
It was only $15 on Amazon.
Well, I'm gonna get
It's
me
very
one.
nice.
I'm gonna get me one. I want it. And then
What are you
my
doing tomorrow?
husky's gonna like. Well, she's not really a vocal husky, but she might howl at it.
I know you got lucky.
Yeah, she's very quiet, so she might not yelp at it.
I'll
or
bring it. I can bring
bark
it
at
tomorrow
Okay.
and show you. What I like about mine is that it's challenging. Excuse me.
Goodness gracious.
Some of them just start singing.
Oh.
Mine, you have to really stop moving
Oh, it forces you to.
and really forces you to focus.
All right.
The only downside to that, though, is sometimes you can get frustrated because it won't work.
Oh.
You have to really know what you're doing. So, and that's what I like about it. So, I don't know the science behind it. But what I've gathered is that, like, NASA has put out video and audio that this is what planet Earth sounds like. And they have, like, audio of what sound planet Earth gives
space,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone on TikTok that like takes like I wouldn't call it an aux cord, but something like similar to that, and it like connects it or attaches it to like a plant, and then it creates a sound.
Right. So my theory is that, and we have totally gone off course. My theory is that humans give off a certain frequency. Mm-hmm. Like when you walk into a room and you catch a vibe. You catch
That's not what that means.
No, right. But like if you think about Oak is playing with the wire right now. When you
Like with the table.
Okay.
Hey, dude.
Oh my God. What?
Okay.
This is definitely not silence.
We are not doing. Okay.
Get your butts out.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna move.
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Okay. So when I gather is when you catch a vibe, you're catching a vibration. A frequency is a form of vibration. When you walk into a certain room and you catch the vibe, when it's tense, you feel that tension.
Yes.
When people are really happy. When people are when people are really happy, you feel a certain vibe.
Yeah.
And my thing is that what I like about it is when you're really tense, those bowls give off a certain frequency that, from what I gather, are lower frequencies that are associated with being calm. And by playing that singing bowl, it allows you to kind of come back to a more centered and calm frequency or a vibration. Thus, you're recatching the vibe.
I know, like, a lot of, like, again, on TikTok, because that's all I do in my free time, basically.
Sorry for your loss.
And play bingo in Mario Kart.
That's
all I do in my free
time. I play bingo and Mario Kart. Priorities.
Yes. Well, I mean, there could be worse things, man. I mean, really.
I could be watching porn.
That's... Yeah. Well, I mean...
See? Even the dogs agree.
More silence.
Oops. With the vibration of the phone.
This is also what I love about having that cricket noise. Is because when people get awkward, we can throw that in there. Sometimes it's nice to have something to break the silence, because oftentimes all you need is the cricket noise to get some laughter out, and then it just rolls the conversation forward. And that's the other thing I like about silence too, is not only can you use it as a tool to get someone to start working with you, but it's also a great way to segue into different conversations, just as we did not too long ago about vibrations and singing bowls.
Mm-hmm. Another thing too, a lot of detectives, and like when they do like investigations, because again, like you said, people hate silence. Mm-hmm. A lot of police officers and detectives.
The Texans. What?
Shout out to Texas, we love you.
What the hell are you on about, Brianna?
Do I though? I'm just kidding. Like you said, we. I'm out about there's a we in there.
They will sit there in silence until like the person that they're interrogating will get it out of them, because a lot of people hate silence.
Investigating, interrogating could be interchangeable in that.
Yes.
But yeah.
But a lot of people use those like bowls for like ASMR.
Oh, that's another topic I wanted to talk about.
I know, that's
another
like
time.
I know. Those kind of were free at one point, but then the ringing got really annoying after a certain period of time, and then I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
The other thing about a singing bowl that you'll learn when I show it to you. There's a certain volume where it's nice, and then there's a certain volume where it almost becomes too loud.
Okay.
So like you have to, and that's the part that makes it very meditative, is you have to master where you want to get it before it becomes too much.
I always wanted, just because I think that would help me focus. I think focus and concentrate and relax.
Oh, I realized the back door's still open.
Oh.
Well, yeah, no.
But yeah, like they're peaceful, but to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I can't watch this anymore. Like this is
silent. The silence is not always deafening.
Like when I'm stressed out, I'm always like, do I want to have one of those? What are they called again?
Singing bowls.
Singing bowls. I almost said sounding bowls.
Cereal bowls.
That's not the same. That's not the same thing.
Sounding is very different.
Yeah,
that would be a good conversation to add to the porn conversation we just had.
No.
For those listening, go ahead and refer back to last episode. Porn and popcorn.
I thought it was porn or popcorn.
I don't remember what it was.
I think it was or.
But porn or poor porn.
Oh my god.
Poor porn.
Poor corn.
Oh my god.
Porp corn.
Oh my god. But like, okay, so for me, like, what?
What the hell is wrong with you?
So much. Listen, I don't even know. I'm the person. Okay, this is gonna be so mean, but I'm the person that when the kid drops their ice cream on the ground, laughs.
What?
What? You said this to me. I'm the person that when a little kid drops their ice cream on the ground and starts crying, I start laughing.
So please refer to a couple episodes ago for behavior you should watch out for.
Could be signs of a serial
They could be right in your house. Oh my god.
All right, well, that was the art of silence. Any other final?
I don't even think we talked about silence half the time.
We didn't. We really didn't.
In summary,
I think it was
silence, good.
I think
Who
it was
cares?
like
Silence. No, we talked about it. Silence can be good for counselors whenever you're working with somebody who won't work with you. You just sit there quietly.
police
and,
interrogations.
No, but like the thing is, the police interrogations is that works in counseling too, because like you are trained to out discomfort your client. Like when we were in school, we practiced sitting in silence, just like that. And that's the thing, is that when you're in counseling, especially for people that are mandated, they need to engage, because that's the reason that they're there. They're supposed to be there to help improve for whatever reason that got them there in the first place. And if you're not going to engage, this is your time. If you just want to sit here in silence and that's how you want to spend your time, okay.
If you want to get engaged.
If you want to get engaged, engage in silence. Prepare your never tiring, retired tires retirement with silence.
What? What the shit?
I think
retired like.
I think I'm in a state of permanent confusion. Like,
is there a possibility to lose IQ?
I
Points
think so.
However, it's
I think we just did. And that was the art of silence with Let's Unpack That. Yay!
I'm so
I love that sound.
so stupid.
All right, we'll see you in the next one.